but I must interrupt this show.
Leonard, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn how we do. Hey.
They said we said we lit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone.
Yeet, good morning. What's cracking? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. We are back at it. Oh shit, forgot to turn on my light. I forgot to turn on my other light too, but whatever. Anyways, good to see you guys. Good morning. Welcome back to another stream. The Discord is up. It's popping. It's going. If you guys want to come through, you guys ain't got anything you got to say. Just want to say come through and say something. Happy Friday to y'all. You're more than welcome to. There's a link to do so. That's to get into the actual lobby to be able to speak up if you want to come through here and speak up. It is Friday. It's just going to be a good day today. Talk about some gaming stuff. Maybe even play a little bit of games and whatnot. I'm not sure exactly quite yet, but it's going to be a good day. It is going to be a good day. So I got today's show that I'm bringing to you right now. And then also I got Bull Sitting with me, Low Cozy Beluga, Matt Likes Games, Mental 9R, and possibly a guest. We got that coming up a little bit later this evening, but I definitely wanted to pop up and just kind of chill with y'all for a little bit this evening. See how it's going. See what's going on with y'all, how y'all doing and stuff like that. See what's popping up with some of the games that's supposed to be coming out and whatnot. We already have a couple stories that kind of popped out early this morning, which are pretty nuts. Right? So, I mean, last night, if I could just start there. Last night, GTA 6 was like supposedly confirmed to come out later, this year. Still, a lot of people still don't believe it quite yet. A lot of people still don't quite believe it, but I mean, come on, y'all. How many times they gotta tell you? I mean, sure. Do you think they're gonna delay it after reconfirming it? I mean, they can. They are like one of the biggest games, or they make one of the most popular games of all time. But I don't know. There's a possibility, but I highly doubt it. I really do think they're probably gonna come out. They keep saying this fall, right? So I'm gonna believe them for now. There's so many games coming out that I don't care really. So even if they do delay it, whatever. There's a ton of other stuff that I can play. But I just don't. I don't buy it quite yet. Shout out to Too Big. Good morning to you, brother. Same with Ray Chi. Good morning to you as well. He said just finished a 14-hour shift and I'm still 1 hour away from home. Oh my goodness. How far do you go to get to work? An hour from home? Damn. Is the city that you live in that damn big, or do you live that far away from your job? That's far, bruh. I'm sorry. That is far. I know. So I lived in a big city. When I lived in Denver, my commute was about an hour, but it was because of traffic. Traffic was just crazy, right? So every morning was about an hour. but leaving work was about 45 minutes. Because traffic was usually not as bad leaving work than it was going to work. So I'm kind of curious if you live in a big city or if you just have far commute. That's wild. Yeah, nah. But good morning to everybody that's coming through. Please hit that like button, share this out if you can. I'd appreciate it. But first thing that we're gonna talk about today that I found kind of interesting from yesterday, other than the whole Grand Theft Auto thing, one of the things I seen was Naughty Dog had a new post talking about Intergalactic, and all it said was, "How excited are you for Intergalactic?" I thought, why are we doing this? What's the point of this right here? So it's Naughty Dog info. I mean, still, what? Everyone's like if like you'll feel like maybe you feel the same way I feel. Maybe you're just crazy excited for this game, but I just don't know what to feel about it. Like there's like I'm with Taylor Hoyt right here. Taylor Hoyt says, "I need to see gameplay." That's where I'm at too. It's fine that Naughty Dog actually it's just Naughty Dog info, right? It's not actually Naughty Dog just by itself, but still. Coming out with a post like this gets people a little bit interested, but it's still like, man, we still haven't seen any gameplay for this game yet. So is anybody here looking forward to this game? Intergalactic? Because maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just being an ass, right? And just saying, man, I wanted to see some gameplay, but I mean, I was there at the Game Awards when they showed this off, and like I was like, "Ooh, Naughty Dog," but then they just showed a person talking the whole time. And it was just like, "Oh, okay." I don't know if y'all are very excited for it. I'm not sure if y'all are even looking forward to this game or whatnot, but I know I'm looking forward to trying it, but I just don't know what to expect. I just don't know what to expect. Oh my goodness, you see Hulkamania up above me. Oh my goodness, that's wild. He says, okay, so Ray Chi says, I live in a rural area. So you just live far. You just flat out live far. And good morning, Seawolf Gaming says, dude is Naughty Dog. Dude, it's Naughty Dog. I'm assuming is what he's trying to say. I'm excited, but I do need that gameplay. Yeah. The trailer when they showed it was kind of disappointing because we already come to expect a lot of mocap graphic type stuff from Sony, so it's not that not crazy, like out of like it's not, they're not showing off anything that I haven't seen before. They just need to, because they always want to tell a good story, and I think that's an awesome thing. But man, like, I don't know which way to lean on this game right now. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be like a Last of Us kind of like type of game, or if it's gonna be something totally different where I'm just like slashing, like hacking and slashing my way through the game. I'd like something a little bit more fast paced than The Last of Us. But hell, I don't know. I'm really just interested in what they got cooking up over there. Anyways, so there was that news, but on some sad news right now. Shout out to Tom Henderson. He put up an article saying Wonder Woman game is years away from release as Warner Brothers gaming division struggles. Man. Let's go into the article. I'm interested in what the article actually has to say. It's written by Tom Anderson, so he wrote that title that you see there, but the rest of the article is written by him as well. It says, a new report from Bloomberg has said that Warner Brothers gaming division is struggling to find new success and has rebooted its Wonder Woman game. Ooh, rebooted it. Yikes. According to Bloomberg, Warner Brothers Gaming has had a rough year with a $300 million with a 300 million thanks to Suicide Squad. Where's the dollars at? There's supposed to be a dollar sign somewhere there. Yeah, because it just says with a 300 million thanks to Suicide Squad Kill Justice. Yeah, that. Come on, Tom. Thanks to Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, Harry Potter Quidditch Championship in Multiverse. Oh my goodness, what happened to Quidditch? Did Quidditch fall off too? Like I knew that I knew Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was rough. I knew Multiverse was shutting down. Did Quidditch shut down as well? I'm kind of curious about that. Harry Potter Quidditch game canceled. No, I don't see. I don't see it. I don't see anything saying that it's canceled or anything. Maybe it's just like with all of those put together. Okay, so this studio has also apparently rebooted Wonder Woman, which has reportedly cost over $100 million in development costs already. One of the company's biggest bets in development, a video game based on Wonder Woman, has struggled to coalesce or something like that. According to people familiar with the project, early last year, it was rebooted and switched directors. The game has already cost more than $100 million, and $100 million, said the people who asked not to be identified, discussing non-public information, and is still years away from release if it ever makes it to the market. The report says, according to interviews with 24 current and former Warner Brother employees, and a lack of a strong, cohesive vision during Haddad's reign, a tumultuous period in which Warner Brothers struggled through multiple reorganizations, led to years of ineffectual trend chasing and wasted development time. Along way, once revered studio under the Warner Brothers umbrella have taken reputational hits, lost key staff members, and burned through hundreds of millions of dollars. It continued. According to the report, Rocksteady is now eyeing up a new single-player Batman game, but it's still years away from coming to fruition. The rumor of Rocksteady moving to Batman surfaced last year by a leaker and rumor monger, Special Nick. Not sure which studio people's dreams is, but I heard Rocksteady are back making it. He said in response to a tweet asking for fans' dream developer on the next Batman game. I also think Sony are trying to money hat it, LOL. What do you think of Warner Brothers' current? Okay. Man, Tom Henderson, I didn't love that article. I did not love that article, Tom. I did not love that article. But anyways, you see the gist of it. Wonder Woman struggling quite a bit. They're talking about bringing Batman back, which is something kind of interesting as well. We'd love to see it, especially after Suicide Squad. And, you know, some of the games that they've been coming out with kind of lately haven't been, you know, killing it, I guess more or less just Suicide Squads, especially from Warner Brothers, right? We're talking about them in particular. So yeah, that's not too good. That's not too good to see. Another game that, in my opinion, no one really asked for is having is being money dumped on right now. I don't even know what to expect with this game. Shout out to the top mod, legendary Yobi in the chat saying stream is shared out. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Seawolf Gaming says they want that live service money. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Is WB not surprised? I don't know. Shout out to Jacker Blaze Alex saying happiest of Friday. That's what's up. That's what's up. That is what's up. He says, by the way, Ham, I secured a 1 terabyte OLED Steam Deck this morning for $265. My God. You know you got that off of eBay or something, bro. Did you actually get it physically with you today, or did you order it today? Because I'm worried. I don't want you to. I don't want you to show up and you just got a picture of a Steam Deck. I want to make sure you get the physical thing in your hand, brother. In your hands. Dayreezy, morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for sliding through. Seawolf Gaming says, did you see the news that Kingdom make their development money back already? Is all about choosing the right engine and tight writing. 100%, brother. Damn. Yes. Tight writing. I'm going, I'm taking that term in particular from you, Diego. Tight writing. My goodness, that needs to be like the forefront of when you're making a game. When you're making a game and you want story to matter, because not every game needs story to really matter. Sometimes, you have a game like Vampire Survivors where it's like, fuck a story, right? Right? There's certain games that can get away with less story, especially, games that don't even have dialogue in it, right? Sometimes it's just stuff like that. Even some of those games can have good stories or, a good direction. It doesn't even need to have a good story in particular, just a good direction at least, so you can follow it, understand what's going on. Also another way to know that you're having a pretty good story is if somebody can kind of keep up with it just based off of the big moments. Right? Because not every person is sitting around watching every single cutscene. Some people are skipping that shit like crazy. Like, I know my homegirl Cozy, she skips every cutscene. I watched Vinny play some games, and he's playing some new games. He was skipping some of those cutscenes. Like, I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. So, like, I understand for people that skip cutscenes and whatnot, you can still have a good story while skipping cutscenes and stuff like that. Just because you're there for, like, the big, crazy moments, right? But I'm not a person that likes to skip cutscenes that much, right? I like to see the story unless I've done this part already, which is something that you guys may have seen yesterday if you guys were watching my stream. I was skipping through some cutscenes that I had already just did. That's the only time I usually skip through cutscenes. Otherwise, I usually hang out, watch it, grab my vape pen, start hitting my vape pen while, the cutscene's happening, sitting there and watching it. Give me something to do, something fun to do. Season Gaming says, if is a game with a story and narrative. I don't know what you meant to say right there, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, but he also says keep it chill. Shout out to Yobi. He says Facebook Marketplace talked with a top seller on, and she shipped it out. We'll be getting it here next week. That's what's up. He says neither. All in for a story. Okay. Yeah. Some people are like that. Loke is very much like that as well, too, right? Don't fuck him up on his story. He likes a good story. He'll put down a game if it has a bad story, if he went into it expecting a good story. It doesn't even need to be a crazy long story, right? Just make it good. Like to me, the game that came out last year, Hellblade 2, that was a phenomenal story. I loved it. And man, if they would have stretched that out, if they would have stretched that game out to be triple the time, I'm not sure if I would have been able to do that game. Not 18, but like 20 hours of just of that kind of combat would have been a lot. Not even a front. That would have been a lot. But about 7-8 hours of it, yeah, good story. A lot of walking, a lot of slicing and dicing. But keep in mind, it was only like a $40-$50 game as well. So that was nice. That made sense for the scope, right? I'm not sure it needed to take as many years to come out as it did, but at the same time, they were using a lot of new technology. So to hell with it. I'm happy. And they seem to be okay with it as well. Shit like Wonder Woman right here, they are not happy with it. You can't be happy with already sinking $100 million in a game and you don't even know when it's going to be done. You have no idea when it's going to be done. You have no idea when it's going to be done or if it's even going to come out. Talk about irresponsible. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that, Diego. Gameplay, in my opinion, right, is king, right? That's what keeps you wanting to come back. A good story sometimes gets you, kind of woven in to where it feels like you cannot stop playing said game until it's finished, right? That's what happened with me in Metaphor, right? The gameplay was tight, nice, quick, easy. Eventually, like once I figured out everything I was doing, is easy to like work around the menu of the turn-based, RPG. But like the story would evolve as the game's getting harder and stuff like that, and it was like just a really good marriage of gameplay and story. Suicide Squad was like really weird, right? Suicide Squad had great gameplay and to me had an all right story. It was if you were there to get a quick laugh or just kind of relax, have some fun, and just have something happen in between, Suicide Squad was great. In that sense, Suicide Squad was pretty good because like I enjoyed the gameplay of Suicide Squad. I thought it was pretty fun. It was good to play with friends and whatnot. But as a fan of DC, I personally like DC when they take themselves seriously. I don't really like joking DC. Joking DC is kind of cringy to me. Personally, I'm sorry. And I understand you got Harley Quinn out there, and usually I can give Harley Quinn a pass. In this last game, Suicide Squad, her acting, I can give a pass. Some of the results into the deaths of some of the characters, I can't really give a pass to. I didn't like the way that Batman died. The way that Superman died, I thought that was kind of cool, to be honest. I ain't even front. Green Lantern, that was alright. It's kind of weird. For as much crap as he talked, I thought that was a weird way to like stop everything. But like, to me, it was a pretty fun game that just had a really, really lackluster story. Like, I feel like the Batman games had like an over-the-top, wild, interesting story that made you kind of like, But then when you went to the gameplay, it was just so fantastic, smooth, nice looking, and everything like that. That you were excited to kind of partake into both, right? Ooh, a cutscene. Ooh, some gameplay. Either way, it was pretty dope, right? Sneak up on people, do the awesome, whooping about 12 people's ass at one time type shit, right? But then, you go into Kill the Justice League, and it's cool. You're still doing the, killing 12 people at a time type shit, right? Like, you're still doing that without a problem, but then, you beat everybody up, and I don't know. It just like the story just felt kind of just there, I guess. Okay, so I want to read what you guys are saying about this because I'm kind of curious what you guys thought about Suicide Squad. I thought it was a gem for the price that I paid for it. But if I would have paid $70 for it, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much. Right? If I had paid $70 looking forward to it and got that day one and then beat the story, I don't know how I would have felt about it. But I bought it for like, I think I bought it for like $10 or $15 or something like that. So like the value proposition I got out of it, I felt was really good. And I put a few of my friends on it, so we were all able to hop on the game and play it. It probably should have just never been $70, really. I don't know. Not every game needs to be a $70 game. And see, this is the problem with GTA saying, hey, we're going to go $100, right? GTA goes $100 for their game. They're popular. They get people actually purchase that, right? But then the next WB game comes out $100. We're like, get the fuck out of here. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of other developers and platforms and stuff like that that try to flex that $100 on us as well. And it's just, bro, it just can't happen. That's why we look at the $100 for GTA right now and say, dude, don't do it. Because as soon as you do it, all these other fools are going to think they can do it too. And then they're going to come out with about 50 to 100 articles saying this is why it needs to happen. And y'all are cheap. And fuck the recession. Y'all are just broke. Y'all need to come outside and pay and pay and pay and pay. And y'all can't even promise us a game that's going to run properly. But y'all want us to pay even more for stuff. And it's just like, come on, man. Come on, man. I ain't scared to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. I ain't scared to talk about it. These games come out broken half the time. They come out broken half the time. They want us to pay full price for them hoes, right? They want us to pay full price for a game like Suicide Squad or something like that. And then a year and a half, 2 years later, that shit gone. That shit is out of here. And, it's because certain people didn't support it. Sure, I guess. But it's also because you just didn't make a game that was that attractive. We are seeing what happens when people make attractive games. We've seen it every year. Somebody's came out with an attractive game. Sure, has there been slow years? Sure, but every year there has been a game to come out and prove to you that gaming is fine. Development is just not, for some reason. Development is not always fine. It clearly isn't. But anyways, let me see. All right, so Fuzzy Tomato said WBD is like the worst run company in the world, and it sucks because they own all my favorite IP. That's too bad, brother. That is too bad, Fuzzy. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man. But let's see. The next thing, Season Gaming says Batman retired. New Batman showing the ropes to the new generation. It's not rocket science. Okay. Stanley Francois says, what's cracking? Good to see you. He says, what's happening, Ham? Good to see you. Thanks for sliding through. Fuzzy Tomato says, I like Suicide Squad until my game completely broken. And it just infinity fall through the ground. Damn. That stinks. Ray Cheese says Agents of Mayhem got a successor. Essentially. Fuzzy Tomato says I paid $100 for Suicide Squad. God damn. So yeah. So seeing stuff like this to you isn't cool. And I love DC. But I don't love what they've been doing in the gaming space lately. I just don't. Like Suicide Squad, not it. Let's see. What was it? Gotham Knights. Come on, bro. Like Gotham Knights was fun. It was another game that was like fun, but it felt like a bare bones Arkham game. It felt like a bare bones Arkham game that was just like go do stuff. Story was all right. But yeah, it could have been better. It didn't look like a big graphical leap either in the way that the game looked. And then on top of it, it was still 30 FPS. So it was like, dude, you didn't do that big of a graphical leap. And, you know, it's still 30 FPS. And you go back and you play some of the old Arkham games, and you're like, man, why does the old Arkham games look as good, if not better, than Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights? Like, it just didn't make any sense. Vincent Vega said, got that shot for free and won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds wild. No. So is it confirmed about GTA 6 being $100? No, it is not completely confirmed. Nothing's confirmed on that. It's just rumored, right? The whole $100 thing is just rumored for that. Shout out to Xbox Lord Chaos 78 said, I paid $3 for the $100 version of Suicide Squad. I am so sorry, Fuzzy, that you had to hear me read that. Be mad at local Xbox Chaos. Don't be mad at me. Good morning, by the way, Xbox Lord Chaos. Good to see you. Thanks for sliding through. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this out. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy if you enjoy the content, if you hate it, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but anyways, Faded Blaze says, Morton, I just heard that government was involved in Gamergate. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you got Dustborn out there. That's a government game, damn near, right? Dustborn's damn near a government game. So why wouldn't you be surprised? They're dipping their finger in there and saying, hey, you need to have these kind of things in your games. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of level of that happening. Probably not to everybody, but to somebody, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, you want this grant for this? We'll give you some money if you put this in the game. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Ray Cheese says DC is losing so much money they sold back Rooster Teeth. Faded Blaze with the WB is in better shape than Ubisoft. You might be right with that, Faded Blaze. I don't know though. I don't know. Because the whole thing with Ubisoft is they have WB might be in better shape than Ubisoft, but Ubisoft has more right now. I don't know. They also do have Hogwarts, which could, but that hasn't been live service out. Like, that hasn't been like hoed out like live service games get hoed out sometimes. I'm trying to think like all right, but I don't think, and I'm also not sure, maybe I'm wrong, but I know that Hogwarts sold a ton, but I'm not sure if it's touching that Assassin's Creed money. And plus they got Assassin's Creed after Assassin's Creed after Assassin's Creed that's supposed to be coming out from Ubisoft. So are they in better shape than Ubisoft? I don't know. But I could see that. But me sitting here staring at this thumbnail of Wonder Woman has me thinking maybe Ubisoft isn't in as bad a shape as WB, because I don't know if they have $100 million game that they just don't know what to do with right now. Like, that's what WB is essentially saying. Like, right now we got $100 million game and we don't really know what we don't feel, or we're showing that we don't seem too comfortable. That's what it seems like, just based off of what this article looks like. He's not the only person that says this. So shout out to Tom Henderson for that. But I believe what was the other? Where was the other one? I think I could have swore I had a different. To hell with it. I'll just look it up real quick. That's the person, I believe, right there. Just tap that. Not this. This isn't the news I wanted to show. Yeah, right here. It says Rocksteady is finally going back to Batman. Is great news. It only took years of wasted development and $200 million commercial flop to make sense. Just do Batman Beyond. This is my hopium prediction, and so far it's been working these days. So, I mean, he has a picture of Batman Beyond in the background. And, I mean, I think that's what somebody in the chat just a little bit ago was referring to. They said, bring in a new Batman, retire the old one's retired, and let's see what's cracking, right? And it'd be pretty tough to see a new Batman in this kind of art style, right? That would be kind of cool. Who knows? I mean, I think this is just a Batman Beyond background. I don't think this is supposed to be any actual art style of the actual game itself. But Ray Cheese says, I got Marvel Avengers with all the DLC microtransaction for $3. And it's good. I heard the latter part of the Avengers game actually ended up getting good. I didn't actually play the whole thing. I played some of it, and it just wasn't for me at the time. It wasn't for me at the time. I didn't really have much say in it. While a lot of people were complaining about it, I looked more or less at the Spider-Man, and I was like, that's tragic. I looked at that Spider-Man thing, and it was like the opposite of advertising for me. Like, it got me further away from it. I was like, I don't know about this game. It was even in Game Pass, and I was just like, I'm all set. This is also a massive ass game too, so it made it a little less attractive to even want to download it. But anyways, Fuzzy Tomato says Hogwarts probably sold more than the last Ubisoft game, than the last 10 Ubisoft games combined. I don't know about that, bro. You're gonna say then the last like maybe Assassin's Creed whatever that the shorter one was, right? But you think it sold 10 times the amount of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe, but I just don't see that. Now, there has been quite a bit of bad Ubisoft games that came out though. So if you said the last few years of Ubisoft games, minusing the launch year of the new consoles, then I'd probably agree with you. I'd probably agree with you there. But like, I'm just taking it back all the way to like Valhalla, and I'm thinking, I don't know. Because I could agree with that with like Avatar, Star Wars Outlaws. They had some weird volleyball game where you throw the ball into like a little circle thing and you skate in circles. Yeah, it was like a rollerball game. I don't remember. Ubisoft had quite a bit of games that came out this generation so far. But I mean, even Prince of Persia, right? Like that game was a high rated game. Even won some awards. Still didn't sell that much, right? They have a problem with selling games right now for Ubisoft because none of them are just like keeping people interested in it. Faded Blaze says, with these companies doing bad, there will be fire sales this year. Yeah. Yeah, but who knows? Who's to say that all those games will be able to stick around? They'll be able to keep the servers up for them because of that kind of stuff. You know, it's just not it's not a great thing exactly, right? I don't know. But Richie says AC Valhalla sold like crazy because it was the only game released when the PS5 and Series X were out. Yes, it was. That's one of the games I actually bought as well. I didn't get too deep into it. It was all right. It was fun, but it was just like, I'm just not into Assassin's Creed like that. For a while I was saying I'm not into that style of Assassin's Creed, and then I went and played the one of the last Assassin's Creed that came out where they made it to where it was like the old ones, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm really feeling that. And then I went back and played the first Assassin's Creed for a little while, and I was just like, maybe I'm not into this genre or game exactly. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows will be my real tell sign if I can find my way loving me an Assassin's Creed game. I'm just not quite sure yet. Big Cloud Gaming, what's cracking? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for sliding through. I haven't seen you for a hot minute. Keep in mind, you guys, I do have the chat open, like the lobby open for the Discord. So if you guys want to join the show and you got anything that you want to say, or you got some, something interesting to speak on, the link is right here. That'll take you straight to the Discord to hop into the lobby to be able to speak and spit your game, talk your shit if you want to. You don't have to. You can just kind of kick back and chill if that's what you came here to do. But if you want to spit your game and talk your shit, you can hit that button and come on through and talk your shit. I don't give a damn. But anyways, moving on. So Batman Beyond is what Hasbro Gaming is assuming. We see right here that Rocksteady is looking to get back into a Batman game. They're fucking up with the whole Wonder Woman thing right now, which is not looking super good. They have fucked up with Suicide Squad and multiverses as of recently, so not great with WB. And I felt it interesting that somebody said that, hey, WB is actually in better standing than Ubisoft. I'd say, I don't know, they're fighting for who's more ass right now. They're definitely fighting for who's more ass. And I don't know who's winning, to be honest. I don't know. They out here looking like the fucking Wizards right now. The Wizards playing the goddamn Hornets. Like I don't know who's gonna win. But they are both ass. I can tell you that. I don't know who's gonna win, but right now they're both playing like ass. They need to get it together. But hopefully they do, because they've made great games in the past that I've absolutely loved, and I think they can. They just need to focus on getting things done properly, and instead of all these companies trying to focus on getting the bag. And it's like, dude, you'll get the bag if you make something worth a damn. You'll get the bag if you make something worth a damn. KCD2 is getting the bag right now because they made something worth a damn. It was simple. I'm hoping Avowed gets the bag because they seemingly made something worth a damn. When old girl talked about the dexterity and just fucking throwing wand spells at people super duper fast and stuff like that, that sounds interesting. That sounds like it's all about the gameplay. And then they talked about story beats and how it went back to some of the old previous, pillars of eternity and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, like this seems like it's cooking. It seems like they knew exactly what they were doing. They got into it and they just like stood on business, right? Wonder Woman, it sounds like they don't know what the fuck they doing. They're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know like how to make this super duper positive for Wonder Woman. I don't know I don't know what the hell they're up to over there, but it ain't great. Big Cloud says Batman Beyond should have been the game before Suicide Squad. They shouldn't have made a Suicide Squad, in my opinion. Really, they should. Oh, this shit was funny right here. I don't know. This picture had me going for a hot minute. But anyways, in my opinion, they shouldn't have made it, or they should have just made it like more of a serious game. Keep the same energy, right? Like that's my opinion on it. Keep the same energy as you would have kept in Arkham Asylum. And all that stuff. Like, they can still be a ragtag group of goofy ass people, but they don't have to, like, I don't know. I felt like they tried to use that for the entire game. There was no seriousness at all in Suicide Squad. Old girl was the only person that was serious the whole time in Suicide Squad. Old girl, I forget her name. She's in all kinds of video games and movies and shit like that. She was on Mad TV. I don't remember her name, damn it. But it was a woman that was one of the protagonists in Jedi Survivor as well, right? And also, you know, Fallen Order and shit like that. But she was the only one that was like serious, and the only reason she was serious is because everybody else was so not serious. So it just fell to the wayside. Big Cloud Gaming says Black Flag was fire, and aren't they talking about doing a remake for Black Flag, or not really a remake, but maybe an update for Black Flag that's supposed to be coming out maybe at the end of this year? I kind of swore I heard something about that. Maybe I even talked about it here on this show a few days or a couple of weeks ago, but I was pretty sure they were talking about coming back out with a Black Flag, like I don't know if it'd be a remake or a remaster. I think it'd be like more of like a remake, because the way that I remember them talking about it was they were going to change some things, make some things look a little bit different, make some gameplay features play a little bit better. Yeah. So Diego knows exactly what I'm talking about. He says, Big Cloud, there's a remake of Black Flag. So yeah. There's one that is coming out. I could have swore I read about that earlier this year. Fuzzy Tomato says there's like 15 DLC or DC teams that'll... Oh shit, my chat moved. He says there's like 15 DC teams that I'd choose to make a game over Suicide Squad. Yes! 100%. 100%. Like, to me, there's just so many good superheroes. I feel like it's weird that we keep recycling the same ones. Like, why don't we ever move on to something else to try to make it bigger, badder, and just more exciting? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy with that, but I guess what they're trying to do is play it safe, but that shit ain't working. Stop playing it safe. Do something interesting, but make it make sense. Hire good writers that aren't looking to just make a few people feel good. Fuck that. Don't hire writers that will do stuff that will just make people feel good. Hire writers that believe in what they're writing. Fuck writing for other people. Write for yourself and make it make sense and make it amazing, right? That's what books are for the most part. Most books aren't written. Most books shouldn't be written for the other person just to eat up. Because then it's just like no content, no context. Write a book that makes best sense to the person that's writing. Write a good fucking book. And then other people will read it. Don't just write a book to pander to, like, oh yeah, you're awesome. You're great. Love black people and white people together. Let's hug. Like the people aren't looking for that. I'm sorry, the kumbaya shit. No, people are not looking for that. And I'm not even saying they're looking for us to be attacking each other either. We're just looking for substance behind the story, right? We're just looking for there to be some sort of substance. You can make a really positive game if the story is just dope. Same with negative. In between, what the fuck ever, it doesn't matter. A RPG is that half the time. You don't know. You can go completely good or you can go completely negative. Neither one of them mean the game is bad or even good exactly. Just do your best to make a good game. Stop trying to pander to people. Just do what you know you're good at, right? Like when I see Suicide Squad, I think of things like Forspoken, where it's just like, y'all have a bunch of typical shit going on in your game. A bunch of stereotypical shit is going on in your game. Like, this like we're expecting this type of bullshit. We're not, you're not hitting us over the head with anything exciting or new or wild, right? You're hitting us with some typical shit and telling us to just pay for it. I don't know. And then you have it. Oh shit, the Discord link isn't working? What the fuck? Here, I'll try to send a new one. I'm sorry about that. Damn, I thought it was working. Oh, okay. It's because man, I tell you what. Let me try the one that's in the description below, because I know that one should not be bad. Try this one, brother. There you go. That one should work better. I didn't know the other one wasn't working. God damn it. I wonder how many other times that tried. Man, okay. I need to start just using the website version of the Discord links, because the website version of the Discord links work better than me actually trying to use the Discord app. For some reason, the links don't work for shit in the Discord app, and it's super frustrating and annoying. But that one, that link right there should work just fine. Let me know if it doesn't, and I will go to the browser and grab a link from there, and you can hop in. But yeah, so there's also more news from Rocksteady. So we'll just kind of stay on that topic for a minute. Hogwarts Legacy 2 and expanded first game both are reportedly in the works, according to Push Square. So it says Hogwarts Legacy 2. Okay, that's the same title. It says more wizard and witch action on the way. Hogwarts Legacy developer Avalanche Software is currently making a sequel to its popular wizarding simulator, as well as an expanded version of the first game. Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier has reiterated Warner Brothers has allegedly all but confirmed Hogwarts 2 will happen, calling it one of the company's biggest priorities in coming years, but has remained quiet about the re-release of the first entry with more content. Okay, just to double check. Okay, everything's looking all right. So it says in a deep dive into the development issues Warner Brothers is facing, which highlights the many struggles of the Wonder Woman project, Schreier touches on how Avalanche Software is now working on new content for Hogwarts Legacy, as well as a sequel. In a previous report, he claims part of the Suicide Squad team, Rocksteady Studios, have been drafted in to help with development of the new content. As for the sequel, however, Schreier reports there are concerns among the higher ups at Warner Brothers. Questions linger about whether the success of the first game can be replicated, let alone surpassed, or if its pent-up demand has already been satisfied. He said, the best-selling game of 2023, the first Hogwarts Legacy, has sold over 34 million units. God damn, flexing. And said, while it has gone back to the original game to add features like photo mode and mod support, Avalanche Software has stopped short of adding a traditional expansion to Hogwarts Legacy. However, it sounds like such a content drop will happen later this year. So I think it'd be kind of interesting to have more content into the game. It's a good question to ask if you've already satisfied that crowd, because you did make kind of a really big game. It's an RPG. You play it how you want. I think if you have some sort of character carryover, that might really satisfy a lot of people. I mean, to me, that kind of stuff is really interesting when you see from college football one year going to from college football to like a Madden or something like that. I feel like that kind of helps people, continue their progress of how they were doing. So if they can figure out some way of doing that, that would be amazing. Let's see. Also kind of make it make sense for that world, and I wonder how you expand upon that world, right? Because you're in a school. Are you going to have the exact same land as you had before? And with that land, are you going to are you going to expand upon it just to make it bigger? Or are you going to like kind of switch it all up? Are you going to have it in a different time of year so it's snowing out or something like that? Like, I don't know. I think it'd be mad interesting, though. It would definitely be mad interesting to see what they got cooking for a sequel to the game. I mean, they're talking about having just the extended content into the game, right? Which the expansion sounds cool too, right? But if you got an expansion of it, I wonder what the hell a whole new game is even gonna look like. But anyways, I digress. Shout out to Big Cloud Gaming. He just joined into the Discord lobby. I'm not sure if he has his microphone turned on, if he's ready to go or whatnot yet, but oh, he said it's popping, it's cracking. All right, so good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining the show. I do this show every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern till whenever the fuck I get tired and want to get off. So I appreciate you for joining. Thanks, brother. You can join anytime. Just wanted to let you know that first and foremost. Yeah, man, my time schedule is flipped. I used to be that guy that stayed up about 4 or 5 in the morning playing games, and now it's I'm going to bed around midnight. Let me get my daughter comfortably ready for school, let her play for a little bit before she got to go to school, and it's just I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing better things. But anyways, how you doing? I wouldn't mind it. I haven't actually put much effort into trying to do that. Are you going to PAX?
Probably not. I was thinking about it as well. But I was like, it's not really. You know what I mean? Not like fully.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking about trying to go to back to LA again for the like Summer Game Fest dash, Microsoft showcase and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like try to go down there for that week or something like that.
Yeah, that or the Game Awards.
Dude, the Game Awards was pretty fun this last time I went with, or I went on my own, but I ended up meeting up Lemon and 100 and a few other folks while I was down there. It was pretty hot.
Yeah, Lemon was over the time. They were trying to get me to go. So, I don't know. Let's say, but yeah, no. Game you guys are late. Noticing it's been very mid. Some of the stuff that we've been dealing with.
So, man, gaming's been kind of weird. It's been there's been some clear W's to come out.
Yep.
And then there's been people that have not been getting W's saying that, hey, the customer is fucking with us. And they're not really, adapting to our style. And it's like, that's not how it's supposed to work, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to give us what we want. We're not supposed to give you what you need. And like, so let's take it back to Velguard real quick. Velguard, they had their own, excuse. This is EA now. We're not even talking about Warner Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, tell me why EA said this should have been a live service. Like, and keep in mind, they didn't mean live services in like, skins.
Yep.
They made they were talking about like Kojima's game with, you know, the world being shared and shit like that, you know, making bridges amongst each other and shit like that, right? And and they're also talking about possibly co-op, which that's a quick way to get me on your side is when you start talking about co-op, because I love co-op games, right? You complain and say, man, we should have added co-op. I'm gonna say, yeah, absolutely, you should have.
I like it if it makes sense, you know, and like it actually is well executed. Like the whole Spider-Man 2 DLC thing that we could have gotten, that multiplayer edition that they cut. That was actually fire. Like it was like a multiverse, is like everybody falling in, kind of like No Way Home, the cracks in the universe.
Yes.
Different Spider-Man.
Got that
I thought that was
Spider-Verse.
fire. Yeah, and it's like, how do you cancel this, but you give us Concord? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, you know, I don't understand that. Or, you know,
Must have been some sort of licensing reason behind it. That's the only thing I can like kind of
they,
conjure up.
no, they had it. They had everything going. They just it was like Bungie's input. They said that this probably wouldn't be considered enough, quote unquote, to be sustainable or
That's
whatever. or
fucking-
This woman.
That's
like,
some they're smoking some of that
that's some
power.
hater type shit I'm getting right there. man.
That,
It's like,
they
dog,
smoking some of that
Spider-Man.
power if you're saying that Spider-Man ain't jumping, but meanwhile, you're over there making fucking a game that you don't even want to work on. Like, get the fuck out of it.
Exactly. Like just picture that you have 4 friends and you guys team up on Venom, fight Venom or something, or fight like, you know, different villains they could have thrown into the game, like a Craven or you know, just something you haven't seen in a while. Like, you know, it would have been cool. Or just play through the story for a player co-op. You know, just like add different layers to it.
Man, a 4v4 like versus mode where you get to actually be like Craven and some shit would have been dope too.
Yes.
Just like a weird like little like to not make the game entirely PvE if you wanted to throw some
Yep.
PvP in there. That would have been like a dope little side thing to where it's like Spider-Man and crew,
Yes.
like Spider-Verse crew versus like motherfuckers like Craven, Venom, you know, all those motherfuckers.
Like though that
Dr.
license
Ock
is
and
pure
shit,
money.
yeah.
Exactly. It's pure money. If you think about it, if you were to do 4-player with something like that game would have sold itself. The problem is though, it's just like I don't want to say they're bankrupt with their creativity. I just think they're just plagued by stupid decisions, honestly. Like it's a lot of that because there's not a lot of drive in PlayStation.
I mean,
It's just weird.
I'm telling you, bro, like I said this plenty of times, and I think they could have totally did this with Spider-Man, right? Bro, Space Marine made a perfect type of game.
Yeah.
Warhammer Space Marine made a perfect type of game. You got your single player where you can play and be like fuck everybody else. You got your multiplayer. You actually have your campaign co-op that you can play as
Yep.
well. Or you have, you know, these missions that are supposed to be end game kind of missions, right? Where you're essentially working for the person that you are playing as in the main missions.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your side PvP type of game. It's very similar to like what you would have seen back in 2013, 2014 from like a Destiny, Bungie type of thing, right? They have that kind of formula there. I don't understand why then Bungie comes over to PlayStation and then cock blocks that idea.
It's crazy.
That is crazy to me. Because to me, I feel like having that multiplayer Spider game could have been a thing that you did that Grand Theft Auto did, where they're like, here's Red Dead Redemption. See you next year for the fucking online.
Right.
Or see you in a year whenever we're fucking done with it. But expect something cool. Just to get hype up.
Yep. Like there's so much shit. I mean, granted the leaks happened too with them, but it's like, dog, okay, even with the leaks happening, you could have turned that into like a big W in a sense. You know what I mean? Like I already know, like me and you both knew Wolverine wasn't coming out anytime soon because of the fact the source code, not just the some screenshots, but the source code, the
Mhm.
entire game itself was
People were
already
playing
on
that.
PC. You're right. So when something like that, something as detrimental as that happens, like this isn't like The Last of Us. The Last of Us dude was just he leaked the script, if I remember correctly, and he leaked certain scenes or whatever. But he didn't, and like upcoming the remake of Last of Us Part 1. That's what he basically leaked. But he didn't leak like a full on playable, you know, game. That whole thing was leaked. So
Yeah.
when you have that shit like on there, it's like, dog, people need to understand like that type of thing is so detrimental to a project. They have to start all over.
Yeah, you seen
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto was tripping when that happened.
Yeah, like Grand Theft Auto, the trailer got leaked, right? But the actual game itself was airtight. Like that's like
I
hidden
thought
behind a
some of the
lock and
source
key.
code for that game got leaked.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that you talking about where they were like showing off the robbery type of thing? She was like calling out people.
Yes,
I think
like
yeah, yeah, that
two and a
was
half years ago or something like that. The source code I thought got leaked, just part of it,
yeah,
and they mopped that person up real quick.
yeah. He got done. He got dusted. So I'm like, bro, listen. Out of all the studios to try, you try GTA.
Oh man,
Dude, that's like that dude. That's one studio that is like God in this industry. I'm telling you right now.
yeah,
These guys
they
can
will
only drop
take the
one game.
smoke. They
Yes,
will take the smoke and run you over with it.
dude. Like they drop one game. Like, granted, we're gonna be playing GTA 6 for like what the next 3 gens. This is the one game we're gonna get from them because people were like, "Oh, are we gonna get a Bully too?" Maybe,
Bully
but
too. Good luck with that one. Like,
okay,
like,
good
like I
luck.
love that, but like they
It's
to
not
me
big
right now,
enough
they got
game.
to figure out Grand Theft Auto, and they got to figure out also like what they're gonna do with Red Dead going forward before
Well,
they.
Red Dead is pretty self-explanatory. They gotta do one more to finish it.
Mm,
Because remember, you remember you played the Red Dead one, right?
absolutely
So you remember John's son kills the dude who kills John,
right.
and right, that pretty much like remember like because what they were trying to tell us in part 2 was trying to like show off Arthur Morgan putting good values into his son, telling him teaching him to be good, but in the long run, he still made a bad decision at the end of Red Dead 1 where he kills the dude and takes the road of vengeance. So basically his story is going to end up being the same like that, more than likely. Him being like a rebel on the run type of thing, have his own little gang. So they're going to have to end his story and then go about things from that.
It's gonna be
Sadie
weird too
Adler
because
probably
it's
be
gonna
his
have
mentor.
to take place after the first game.
Yeah. The thing is too though, Red Dead Redemption 2, like I don't know if you liked Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 was so well done.
I
It's
think
like how do you,
that was probably the best game, to be honest, of that generation.
yes,
Just
like
just
everything they
everything
did.
that was done. You could just put your controller down and just watch things happen in the world.
Then they had that insane attention detail where like like when you skin an animal or you kill someone, their like body will rot. You'll see maggots around it, then it'll like
Hmm.
turn the bones. I was like, dude, who is doing this in games now? You don't see people doing this. Like this is just incredible. The detail, the world, the voice acting, like that was just some of the best I've ever seen from Rockstar. Like that was like chef's kiss in terms of like what they did with that. Even the mud looked insane. I wish there was more stuff we can do, like online wise. Like I love the poker. I don't know if you like playing poker in Red Dead too, but poker would have been lit online. I'd have loved to do that.
Man,
But
yeah.
they did. Yeah, like, they didn't give you options. It's just they didn't think that online world out at all. They were just
They
thinking more of
didn't.
like people were gonna pay for
They
stuff.
put. I was so excited when they announced that, and then they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, it's gonna be delayed for a little while," and I was hot. And then they brought it out, and I was so excited. I hopped in it, and then I was not a
Like
fan.
what is this, bro? Like we
It
gotta
just felt
pay
so
for damn
empty.
fishing equipment. We gotta pay for a fishing ride and all this basic stuff that we got for free. Like what is this, dog? You basically just trying to tell people you can't make money in this world without swiping left on your credit card to literally get basic stuff. Horses was like $1,000. Remember that shit? It was insane how much they wanted. Like, you're out of your mind for this.
Yeah, and you get a bounty real quick.
Yeah, just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Then the online modes. Oh my god, I do like that I platinumed that game. Don't get me wrong. I managed to platinum that game. It was because I enjoyed the hell out of just the single player. But I was like, dude, I could have just taken more single player content. Actually, to be honest, they didn't even need the multiplayer. The
No,
single player was enough. You know what I mean? It was so much they did. Like that whole John Marston side stuff they do in there at the end where he becomes, the Marston that we know and love in a sense in
right?
Red
Yeah,
Dead
the
1.
epilogue.
That was just a love letter to fans. Like him doing the cover art stance where he shoots the shotgun. I was geeking out with every moment of that. I was like, damn, y'all hit me in the feels. You know what I mean? Y'all really hit me in the feels. And
Bro, they had the whole kicking it with your kid a couple times, building
yep.
a house, your boys like getting into like your boys still being your boys. You trying to, you trying to get right with your wife.
Yup.
like yeah, it
Just-
was a whole it was a whole vibe.
It's like, bro, this shit is just incredible. And it only got better and better. Like, I don't think there was ever a dull moment playing that game at all. And then when they showed the sadistic side of Dutch, remember when Dutch drowns the millionaire guy, whatever, that was like who kidnaps the son? It's like they just showed so many layers to everybody. Everybody had like just so much more unpacked. It was really good, man. Really, really good.
Yeah, that like that little triangle that you were in at the end of the epilogue was pretty nuts.
Yeah,
With you, Dutch, and what's his name?
Micah
Micah, yeah. Micah, that piece of shit, man. Micah's a fucking piece
calls
of
him
shit.
calls him black lung
Oh,
because he knows he's
man.
dying. He goes he's dying. He's like, yeah, black lung, whatever.
So going back to, I just want to touch on it real quick, but going
Yeah.
back to like this whole Wonder Woman thing, $100 million, bro. They already talking about $100 million on this game, and I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I don't even know what to expect from this. Do you know what to expect from a Wonder
mean,
Woman game?
We were excited because we saw a trailer, right? That was the first thing we saw was like a trailer announcement, and then like it was like her face or whatever, and then that was it. We never heard a single thing else in regards to this game. No hype up for like a gameplay reveal. In fact, the last thing we got was like a Marvel related thing, if I remember correctly. It was that Captain America joint. It was like midnight something of whatever, because this was shown around the same time as Wonder Woman. We got more for that game than we got for Wonder Woman. But going back to it, I mean, it's hard to really get excited for anything for WB games, to be honest. After the Suicide Squad, I was just we were just talking about that in the chat. Suicide Squad should have never existed. It should have been Batman Beyond, especially for Kevin Conroy's last performance. Wouldn't it make more sense that it was an elderly Bruce Wayne and you're playing as Terry McGinnis, passing the torch type of thing?
Didn't he die? Like hold on a second. Like
He died, yeah.
Yeah, in the most
Yeah.
disrespectful way.
Yeah, no, and then they tried to. Here's the funny thing. So they did like a cutscene type of thing, or they added something to the game, whatever, explaining what happened afterwards. So this is what they basically tried to pull. They basically called it stupid. So at this new DLC or this new shit they added, they're basically trying to say that the Batman that died wasn't Batman at all. It was like another Batman. And like the real Batman shows up with Superman and everybody. So basically, they killed the wrong people. It was just so stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb as hell.
It was so horrible. It was so horrible. Like they didn't even think that shit through. They had the Joker, like basically okay.
It sounds like they
Suicide Squad.
backed because they realized what they did wasn't as entertaining as they thought it was.
Oh yeah, like you remember that post I put on Twitter when I was like, hey, listen, like, and I didn't even say anything disrespectful, but I said, listen, guys, listen, this game is just not, it's not a satisfying ending. That's all I said. You know what I mean? The writer, she was the writer for the game. She fucking blocked me on Twitter for what I said about that, or just saying that. Mind you, I didn't even say anything bad. I just said, listen, it's not a satisfying ending. It would have been better if we got Batman Beyond. She got mad about that, but obviously WB Games took a lot of shade for her because she was blocking everybody, and then they fired her. Like people like that, honestly,
You can't take any criticism without just
people like that piss me off because like this is a product like granted, I get it, you're emotional because we talked to developers, you're emotional, I get it, you put a lot of time and effort into the game, we get that, but you got to understand too, you're not the only one whose emotions are tied into the game. This is a character that we love, we grew up with, you know what I mean? The Arkham series is iconic as hell. You already know this. It's iconic as hell. It's very influential of a franchise. It inspired the hell out of the Spider-Man games that we got now. It's really, really good with its combat. So for you to say that this is the end of that Batman that we had and we grew with in general with you guys as a studio, is insulting. It's insulting. I would rather play Arkham Knight 50 times than ever play fucking Suicide Squad. Arkham Knight's not even a bad game.
Let me ask you though. Did you have zero fun in Suicide Squad, or did you have some fun but just didn't enjoy the story?
Bro, I played the because when they did that open beta thing or to try it out, bro, it felt so soulless and pointless. I just didn't understand the point of it. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like a knockoff of the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
I
You know,
could
it's
see
that.
that.
Yeah, it felt like a
And
knockoff.
see, maybe that's why I found a little bit of fun because I had some fun with it because I was Boomerang and
Yeah.
and I enjoyed the aspect of kind of disappearing and reappearing back. It kind of reminded me of Dragon Ball Z a little
Right,
bit,
but
right?
then when you look at it from a realistic perspective, like for the character, you're like, you know, it don't really click. Like for example, why is there guns in the game that are themed to the enemy? You know what I mean? Like why is there like a specialized gun that was for for example Green Lantern or something like that? You know, I'm just like, why is that shit in here? Like I don't understand that. Like they didn't think this stuff through. They just didn't think it through. Very weird.
Well, there you have it. You guys, there's Big Cloud side on Suicide Squad. It is not good to him at all. He got to play that little bit of beta, and did you play it after it actually came out though?
Nah, they didn't even bother.
Didn't
I
even
saw
bother.
because when remember, I don't know if you remember when the game was like, remember when the embargo was done and the game was like reviews started coming out. Dudes immediately leaked the story. Remember the deaths? All the deaths were leaked. So they showed Wonder Woman, they showed Batman, and everybody. And what you know what's crazy and more insulting than anything? Wonder Woman probably got the most respectful death out of all those heroes.
She did. She had the most respectful character.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She had
Batman,
she
they
had the
found
most
some spin on
respectful
him.
character because she was the only and see this is where Bit Cloud, you nailed it.
Yep.
Because this is what I said earlier. I was like, why in the game? Because honestly, I kind of forgot about Wonder Woman a little bit.
Yep.
Because they kind of do that to her, right? They kind of make her seem like a actual like absolute necessary
redeemable person. You know?
They make her feel like an absolute necessary person, and then she just falls out.
Right.
And the thing is like her and the and who is the asshole leader woman?
Oh, you talking about Harley Quinn?
No. I'm talking about the
Oh,
woman.
you talking about the director, the bald chick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's in like a Jedi Survivor and shit like that.
Yeah.
Her and
I forgot
Wonder
her
Woman
name,
were
yeah.
the only two people serious throughout the entire game. And it to me, I understand, hey, it's Suicide Squad and these guys are kind of a ragtag bunch, but like I couldn't handle the entire game just being a big joke for everything. Like they didn't take it serious for nothing. It like the only thing that was serious about them is they got scared.
Yeah.
And to me, that wasn't that interesting at all. And then there was parts in the game where you had to like get a certain item to be able to kill enemies. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, you need a certain item to kill enemies, basic grunts, but you don't need nothing special to kill the superheroes in general. Does that make any damn sense? Last time I checked, isn't Superman bulletproof? He doesn't even so much as sneeze at regular bullets, not even armor piercing. Like nothing hurts him in terms of that. You need
Well, they
kryptonite.
had some sort of special like, and this is what made kind of a mockery a little bit of it. They had some sort of weird special like just dumb looking necklace thing that they wore.
Oh God.
And the necklace thing that they wore helped
Buffed
them use like essentially like kryptonite bullets or something like that.
Oh God.
It was weird. Like I said, I had some fun with it, but it was just, as for somebody that's a DC fan like myself, but I could see somebody that's like more into like, you know, I don't have time to give this a pass at all the type of person. They're not buying this game. And for $70, this is insane.
Bro, and it was like $100 for the ultimate thing or whatever, and it just gave you a few pathetic skins and whatnot. It's like, dude, it's pathetic. But you know what I was gonna ask you? What would you rather? Now, okay, so obviously, I'm pretty sure you saw Batman v Superman, the movie.
Yeah. Batman versus Superman.
Remember how? Okay, so remember how they did the story for Batman v Superman? It was all rushed, you know, just a rush conflict, and whatnot. Then they threw in Doomsday
Right
at the end of it. instead of having it be more of a mystery. Like remember how like the trailer made us believe that Superman really lost his shit, like he was making people kneel. They had Superman's emblem on their patches, stuff like that. What if they did something risky with this game, and you're fighting Superman, right? They do the big reveal. It is Superman with the Suicide Squad, but we find out that that's not Superman. It's Bizarro. And Superman has been held, and you have to help Superman get out or something like that. Like, why not do some crazy twist?
Yeah, he's being like held back by like Brainiac or something, right?
Exactly. Brainiac has him in you played Injustice. Remember like that specialized cell that like drains him of his powers because it's like kryptonite in it or something like that. Why not do some crazy stuff like that? Or better yet, just do a single player version of Injustice, but do it properly. Don't make it a fighting game. Just do a full on Injustice story version. Because a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of badass stories that was told in Injustice that you didn't get the full gist of in the game. It's a lot to do with Injustice. You could have done that, and that could have been your game.
When it comes to DC, I just feel like you have so many characters.
You don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, man, you guys have all these characters with all these great powers, and you choose the ones like with no powers, damn near. And
Static Shock would have been a good game.
Oh my god,
give me Static Shock, bro.
Man, I'd be grinding everywhere, bro.
Flash, you know what I'm saying? Give me something. Like there was a lot of characters that people will lose their mind for. Like hell, even for Marvel, a lot of people sleep on Ant-Man. Shit, I think Ant-Man will work. You played Astrobot, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You get that little power up, and you can get small.
How cool would that be if that was actually Ant-Man, and like there was like set piece you can do like that? People shooting at you, you can jump on like miniaturized stuff. You know what I mean? And like just run, like add cool effects. Like that would be pushing boundaries. That would be doing something crazy. But unfortunately, though, they're not. You don't see that no more.
Yeah, Vinny in the chat says Static Shock would be legit. Sucker Punch would kill a Static Shock game,
bro.
That'd be hot. Yeah, the folks
Especially
that made
with,
Infamous, absolutely.
Oh my god, and that's another game we're not getting. Where's my Infamous?
They should do a remake of some of those Infamous. I mean, if they want to see if people are still interested in it,
they're interested.
I'm sure they are, but these companies are finicky. So like,
yeah,
just do a remake, see if you get what we're expecting you to get, and then just do the damn game, man. I'm so tired of these companies trying to figure out what we want instead of not doing what we're literally just asking them.
You know what it is? I blame a lot of these dudes with these channels that don't demand better. Like they'll just like dedicate it to slandering a platform rather than you know what I mean? Use it to actually.
You talking about games instead of talking about how we're playing the games?
Just talk about obviously talk about games, but these dudes talk about like the opposite. Like they'll just they'll talk about how the game they'll blame the gamer. You know what I'm saying? Before they blame the company, they'll say like, "Oh, you guys are just being too over the top." We got this, that, and third. Be grateful for this. Like, no, we don't want that. We want this type of thing.
No, you're even supposed to. You're technically supposed to even complain about the thing that you love the most, right? That's how it gets better.
Right.
Eventually, right? I mean, every year I'm talking shit about my favorite basketball or football team or whatever, man. I want them to get better. There's always something dumb that's going to happen within your favorite company. But there usually should be something good that's happening as well for them to be your favorite company, right? So to continue and tell them, hey, you did this, you did A, B, and C right, but you fucked up D. And the next game you did A and C and D right, but you fucked up B. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that with people. I mean, you look at 2K year in, year out, they're fucking something up in that game.
Dude.
But it's still a top game every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's true. Like a lot of people are getting excited for that new that WWE game. I ain't gonna lie. The cover arts and all that stuff look good. I did see a few things that look fire for it. But they did say it was still some things, they didn't. That's from the previous, but they improved upon it. Obviously, they took feedback, but again, it's
Man, what you think about Jey Uso right now?
Hey, man, it's his year. I believe it's his year. He deserves it.
Man, that actually got me a little hyped for WWE against that. It's been a hot minute since I watched it, and I decided to tune into the Royal Rumble and just watch it. And I watched the ladies Royal Rumble, and I I seen an old girl come back. I ain't seen her for a long time, Alexa.
Yep.
And I was like, man, she fine as a mama. So I
got a
seen
kid
her
too,
come
you
back,
know?
and I was excited. And then I seen the guys go verse. You know, I honestly thought Cena was gonna win it.
So I already knew Cena wasn't gonna win it because that's too predictable. That's too right on the nose for it. Basically, because you look at what Cena said, this is gonna be my last Royal Rumble, my last elimination champ. You know, what I mean, he basically named everything that he's gonna be. You know, this is his last, blah blah blah. So they want to get the most out of Cena. I do think Cena does beat the record eventually for championships because right now he's tied with Ric Flair. He will get his final championship and it'll be done. But when we're talking about like Royal Rumble, that's where you make stars. You know what I'm saying? You make stars with that stuff.
That makes sense.
Jey
Yeah.
Uso, yeah, Jey Uso. If you look at just his growth as a wrestler and then just as a persona, remember he was just known as the twin brother of Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was just known as. This dude literally,
tag team.
Yeah, he was just like he was known. He was just his twin. This man literally bust his ass and got himself over with the whole yeet chants, and everybody loves it. And personally, I was like, bro, I was proud of him. I'm like, dude, as someone who's watched this dude long before they did one of the best stables in a long time with the Bloodline, I was like, bro, this dude they all got potential, but damn, he really blew up. Like he literally, you know, got out of his shell and learned.
Bro
how
said,
to
I don't want to
do
be a Scott Steiner. I want to be my own guy.
Yeah, no, and I like that. I do like that. Like he legit wanted to become a star, and I think he can do it. Now I do. I think he's gonna call out Gunther. So I can see him. I can see Gunther dropping the belt to him, and then like Gunther give him a little ring. You know what I mean? Because Gunther's been a phenomenal. It's another phenomenal wrestler that they got. They've handled very very well with Imperium. So I can see him beating Gunther, and then like Gunther getting it back. After like a few months. So I would give Jay his flowers. Give him his moment to shine. One thing I will say too though. That world title for Cody Rhodes, this one, that one that they gave to Roman, they need to change it. It is ugly. I am not a fan of the current new title, like the current look of it. I want that to change. I want a newer look of it because they gave us a new modern look on the world heavyweight title. They need to go do the same thing like the gold with the eagle that we grew up watching with.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean? They need to do like a modernized version of that with just a new WWE logo.
that'd be hot.
I would accept that in a heartbeat as the new title, because that title is ugly. The one they currently are using, it's ugly as hell. It's not creative. It looks like a joke. Like AEW's world title looks way better than that. Granted, AEW is going under, but AEW got their titles right.
Dude, AEW can't get out of their own way.
Well, it's Tony Khan, man. Tony Khan screwed himself over. Like ever since the whole CM Punk thing. Well, really, CM Punk was like the nail in the coffin, right? But I really think he felt a certain way after Cody left, because when Cody left,
he set him up for success.
Yeah, the soul of the company just left, and then like everything just fell apart. It started dying and caving in on itself.
Well, Cody Rhodes had him making them feel like they were as good as WWE.
Well, you think about it, he was in charge of creative with Tony. You know what I'm saying? He was giving them all the crazy storylines. They were being very creative. They were putting newer talent over. That was the thing that was getting them over. They were building newer stars. But after Tony Khan signed CM Punk, and he was paying CM Punk double of what he was paying his original starters, like Cody and the Bucks. Obviously, that immediately is going to make people look at them weird. You know what I mean? But it's like, for me, I understood it as business. Obviously, CM Punk's a draw. His name alone was going to get people to watch your product. So I get why he was paying them more. But at the same time, you also need to be taking care of your people at the end of the day, too. People who put you on the map. If it wasn't for, Cody Rhodes and the Bucks and who else was it? I think it was Kenny Omega. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have even been you wouldn't even have AEW. Let's just give it a buck. You probably could have bought a company or probably invested in something, but you never would have had this company that it was. And it's a shame too, because they lost one of their best performers recently. He's now killing it in WWE, and that's Penta. So it's a shame.
A lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah, they got Ricochet. Listen, Ricochet is a great talent. Like he was, I was a big fan of his, especially in Lucha Underground. That's how I knew about Penta. He was called Pentagon Dark back then. But I knew about him since for that long. But yeah, nah. I don't see Ricochet doing anything in AEW at all.
Damn, Fuzzy Tomato said Cody Rhodes got booed out of AEW. WWE is a much bigger spot for him. Dorian Gray says WWE made number of championships a joke. Triple H was winning that shit every other week.
Yeah, no, he was. If you think about it, before, I mean, obviously Vince is gone now, but before Vince was even out of the picture, Vince was sabotaging a lot of what Triple H was doing. Like Triple H brought the Cruiserweight Classic back. You remember that? That was a thing. The Cruiserweight title.
Yeah, the
He brought
Cruiserweight.
that
Yeah,
back, and it was fire.
that was like the big time for like the up and
NXT.
comings.
Right. NXT was on a different level. NXT, when Triple H was just doing NXT and he was in his own little bubble, NXT was outperforming WWE's main shows in terms of like people being excited, you know what I mean, and feeling that energy. He was outdoing everything Vince was doing. Like that, like NXT gave us Finn Balor, the demon Finn Balor. Y'all remember when he first came out on the scene as Finn Balor? Like, come on. There was just so much cool stuff that they were doing with NXT. And to see Vince like just butcher it, put it on live TV, take it off the it was crazy. Him canceling and firing the cruiserweights. It was just a joke, man. Turning the damn NXT title into like that weird, it was like a graffiti look, you know what I'm talking about? And like those weird colors on it, and it was like a white strap. It was like, dog, Vince was terrible. Vince was terrible. I'm glad he's out the picture, but man,
and he ain't even out the picture because he wants to be. He's out the picture because he has to be.
Yeah, because he got caught. He got caught in 4K.
Tragic.
That's what it is. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. He had it. His comeuppance was long overdue, and it finally happened.
All right, last comment I'm gonna do for the previous subject, but Jacob Novak in the chat says TSWS Gaming Ham, in the face of multiple Arkham games were canned before Gotham Knights came to be. One Beyond game where Damian was set to continue the legacy as Batman. Damian is his son. Different stories.
So the whole Damian arc versus I guess she's talking about the Terry McGinnis thing. Damian was it was like an Elseworld type of story that they written because they basically said that Talia al Ghul drugged Batman, and basically, she made it, she got him to impregnate her there. But here's the wild part about it. They also, because you find this out in Injustice, he also has a daughter as well with Talia. So he has a son and a daughter.
Man.
Yeah, no, Talia was
Batman slut, man.
Talia got him good. And they also redid.
Let me put a little dot right there in that condom.
No,
gotcha.
They also redid Red Hood. You remember Red Hood? They also redid his story too. He was another Batman in Injustice where he had like red eyes, and like it was like this little shock thing that came out of his bat symbol, and he was shooting AKs and submachine guns and whatnot. But yeah, they did like a different thing. So it was like an Elseworld type of thing. But yeah, the future Batman was always Terry McGinnis, and then like they kind of messed up his lore. Okay, they didn't mess it up, but they added to his lore later on that he was quote unquote manufactured by someone who knew Bruce Wayne as Batman and something like that. Like had him experience the same trauma, so that's why he was the perfect match for Batman. I was like, dude, it was stupid. Just keep it a buck. Y'all made that up. Just keep it how it was with the TV show. He was a normal kid who was very similar to Bruce, only he didn't have his upbringing, and he became, he was a street kid who ended up becoming a symbol of hope. That made more sense, and that's why Batman Beyond is still one of the most iconic Batman TV shows. I know Ham loved it. Come on, Ham, you can't deny it.
No, Batman, bro. They even made it. Didn't they even have a game on Sega for it?
They did.
Yeah, dog. That shit was
I remember
hot
that
too,
shit.
wasn't it?
That shit was like, I'm like, dog, come on, like, come on. Just imagine that shit with the graphics we got now with an open world. People will lose their damn mind. And instead of you drive, I mean, granted, you can drive a Batmobile, you know what I mean? Because the Batmobile would have been cool too. But just being able to fly throughout the city, him,
Bro,
glide around, find stuff. Oh
that'd
my
be hot.
god, you know what I mean?
That's
Be able to go
100%
invisible.
capable nowadays too.
Yeah, be able to go invisible. That would be cool too. Like it's so much cool stuff they did. You know, people are like, oh, what about the enemies? You know, who would you be fighting? I mean, bro, you got the Royal Flush Gang, you got Sub-Zero. I mean, not Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero. You got Mr. Freeze because he was in the TV show as well.
Yes,
You can
sir. He
bring,
was he was one
Joker.
of the main antagonists.
You can bring Joker back like they did for Return of the Joker, which is still one of the best stories we ever got in anime form and movie. That is one of the best stories we've ever gotten for Batman. That Return of the Joker. Oh my god. Give me some stuff like that. Like it's the last thing you can do. You know, Splice and it, you know, people using Splice. God, man, Bomb Voyage. Or what's the name? What's the name? Bad? Yeah, something like that. Dude, I was like blowing up. You know that guy. Like it's a lot of cool stuff. Then you can go into that horror side with the Rat King. I mean, the nod to the Rat King with the Rat guy. Like it's come on, man. I would lose my mind for Batman Beyond.
Man, I'd lose my mind if I could just see that guy in his suit on my screen at 4K. That'd be
Bro,
nuts.
I'm saying, like, you know for a fact Rocksteady could do it because Rocksteady was like the best way to put it. Okay, you remember how when we first started off with Arkham Asylum, it was just us stuck on the island, we're running around, finding stuff, chilling, you know what I mean? Just beating up people
Mhm.
and then going to different asylums. Remember how Arkham City started off? How they just flexed on everybody? Like they literally said, "Oh, you think that's what we got? We got something for your ass." They just flexed on us for no reason, right? The opening, we see all the enemies in like the first opening shot as they all disappear. You know, as Bruce Wayne's walking in to Arkham City, and then we get the Batman suit dropped. You actually see the suit up. Like they were just being, bro. They were just flexing. I want that Rocksteady to be. I want that Rocksteady for the next game. That's what I need for the next Batman game. I need y'all to come out here like y'all want it. You know what I mean? Like y'all
I'm
ready
saying
to
they fucked
win
up.
my money.
They fucked up with that Suicide Squad, all that goofy shit. Like people, and I feel like this is like DC at its core. Just like DC products always do better when they're serious. They try to
Yes.
act like fucking Deadpool
Like
and shit.
edgy,
It's
right?
it's fucking out of here. It's garbage. The type of humor they use isn't even that funny.
It's not.
So I like
Like-
to see their serious stuff. I'm not even a front. I'm pretty excited for James Gunn movie of Superman.
Which- Oh yeah, the new one. Oh yeah, that looks
Yes.
great. You saw the
It
trailer?
looks
That
like
trailer
it's
look-
gonna be serious.
Bro, what's crazy about it? I don't know if you got the Christopher Reeves version. I got that vibe from it. You know what I mean? That's what I got.
Yes, where it just
'Cause,
feels
like,
like
the
he's a
theme song
normal
was good.
person,
Yes.
and he's literally working in the shadows.
Dude, I got a little emotional when we first saw the teaser trailer. The song was amazing. The cinematography looked on point. Just the themes, you know what I mean? Everything looked great. I'm not really sure how I feel about the casting for Lex Luthor in this one. I kind of
Sure.
like I don't know, maybe because I'm biased, but a little bit because I thought what's his name who played Lex Luthor in Superman Returns? Is it Kevin?
I was gonna say,
Kevin
don't say
Spacey?
Smallville. That's
Kevin
my favorite
Spacey?
Lex Luthor is Smallville.
You know, I thought Kevin Spacey was a really good Lex Luthor. I think he would fit this particular
He
Superman
would.
a lot better.
He's such a
than that
he's
one.
so good at being a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's
He's kind of a
iconic
piece of
as
shit.
hell. Remember Seven? He's one of the most iconic villains of all time in Seven. But yeah, I thought he would have been great. Like this particular, I think this would have been Kevin Spacey's perfect world to play Lex Luthor. But again, we haven't seen how they're gonna go about it. So I might be wild, and I'm all for that because I was against Ben Affleck being Batman until I saw him actually play Batman.
And
You see what
then
I'm
he
saying?
put in that work.
Right. He showed that he was ready. We wanted. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat my words. That's probably one of the best Batmans I've ever seen.
Because he made it. He was one actor that went up against Superman
A
that
lot of
didn't look
criticism.
like a bitch.
Yeah, but he was also going against like low key. He had a lot of fans just looking at him like, bro,
You
you
can't do
played
it.
Daredevil. I doubt you can do this. And then this motherfucker came out swinging like, yeah, you sure about that? I
He
like,
was
you know
on
what,
swole
dog?
too. Remember?
Okay, he got
Bro
mad
was
cut for this
swole.
role. Bro, his shoulders was huge as hell. I'm like, damn, he really like he got himself ready in war shape for this. I'm like, you know what? I can appreciate that. This is someone who knows how big this character is, and he looked at that as his ultimate redemption. And honestly, in terms of looks, right? He's the scariest Batman that we've ever had in terms of looks. That's
Bro,
the scariest Batman.
He played Batman. Batman didn't play him.
Exactly.
And that's why it was so good, because it was like he had to transform himself to
Yep.
be that character. He didn't expect that character to just be like Ben Affleck as Batman. And
Right,
you're just
'cause you
seeing
look
Ben
at,
Affleck be Ben Affleck.
Right, because like for the longest time, we had Christian Bale. You know what I mean? Christian Bale was the template. But if
Right.
you look at Christian Bale's physique, right, especially in like Batman Begins to all the other ones, he's not buff. I mean, he's just a toned like guy. You know what I mean? Like he looks normal. He's like a skinny dude, basically in the sense.
He like
in a
Keanu
suit.
Reeves type shit.
Exactly. So you have that build of Batman, then you go from that to this fucking like Bane infused looking.
Yeah, he
dude.
looked
You
like
know
a
what I'm saying?
tank.
It's like, bro, like he was not playing. And then there was insane fight scenes where he punched dude so hard he landed on his head and he did like a handstand on his head. Bruh. This dude is believable as shit. Like, okay, this is someone I can get behind. Why? This looks like somebody who's been training for years for the distinct reason of beating the hell out of people. Like he was even branding them, man.
Bro, he looked, yeah, when he branded him, that was that was disrespectful.
My man
But,
was like, yo, okay, I'm
but
fucking scared of him.
he-
He branded them?
bro played that part like he was locked in a room for 365 days of just pure Superman hate. He
Like,
looked like
one
he was
shot.
just locked in a room just to hate Superman for a year.
Bro. His first scene, the first line we ever heard for him say in that damn movie was, "Do you bleed?" I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he was
fucking
like, we finna
I'm
fucking find
scared,
out.
dog. Like, literally. Superman's like, yeah, that's funny. He leaves. This motherfucker goes, oh, you will. I'm gonna make you bleed. Beats the hell out of him. Then we got that cool Batman armor. I mean,
Bro,
come
with the
on,
green?
bro. Yeah.
Yes.
That
The
Batman armor
kryptonite
was fire.
infused armor.
Well, I don't think it was kryptonite infused. I think he shot kryptonite gas at him.
I
And
thought
that
he had
made
a,
him
I thought it was green because it had kryptonite infused in it.
No, he did have like a kryptonite gas in like one of his gloves that shot out when he got
Oh,
close to him.
which would then make him susceptible to be able to bleed and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yep,
he
that
did
makes
do
sense.
that
Yep.
once. Yeah, but he didn't really have it wasn't all kryptonite. Nah. It was like just a power suit, and he started beating the hell out of Superman with. And dude, I was like, bro, this dude, everything about it was just so believable. Like this dude really came for war.
And then
Fuck.
in the very next movie for the Justice League, when he came back evil,
Yep.
that shit was so hot. I don't know. That was like one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite Henry Cavill moment.
Yeah, I was saying that's what we all kind of been waiting for. We've been waiting for like that injustice style of you know what I mean, like of storytelling, and we know for a fact that they can pull it off for Superman. The problem is a lot of people just kind of get. I guess a lot of people don't think it's possible. It's understandable, but at the same time, like, bro, anything's possible in cinema. I really think they could play that off. The only thing I just couldn't get behind is Jared Leto as Joker. I don't like his Joker at all. I'm not a fan of that.
Fair enough. The next thing I wanted to talk about while I have you here is so there was some things going around about Valve making a console, and apparently that's kind of been debunked.
Yeah.
So it says right here in the title, and this was just a couple days ago that this actual article came out, but it says Valve is building a Steam console to rival PS5 and Xbox, rumors claim, but it was debunked. It says update on the social media. Pierre Loup Griffius or whatever, a key architect at Valve and a lead developer of Valve OS, or excuse me, Steam OS for the Steam Deck, has spoken on the rumors while responding to a post claiming that Valve is not working on a Steam console. Griffius wrote, "There's nothing meaningful to read into. There is effectively." This effectively eradicates these rumors. So he's saying they ain't shit.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that, bro? Because a lot of people were thinking, you know, and I was thinking myself, like, if Valve makes under the TV type of console, it might be over for Microsoft.
Yeah. The thing is, no, it would have been cool to see, but again, I mean, there's a lot of risk involved in getting into that whole console thing. Like we already been down this road before. I don't know if you remember with the
Steam box or whatever.
Yeah, with the little Steam machines that we had with PS3 gen. They had like the intermittent. Yeah, they had like the entry level, the mid range, and the high end. They were trying to push those as the future. And don't get me wrong, we technically are there, but we're just in the mid range now because I don't consider the PS5 Pro as no high end anything. PS5 Pro I consider a scam, but you know, we're at a different level. But yeah, no. The thing is though, consoles. I hate to say it, man, and you people might gasp, but consoles will always have a ceiling, and I just don't see consoles being just that go-to for performance down the run. I just don't. I stopped thinking that a long time.
That's
ago.
a lot of adjustments Steam would have to make.
Yeah, it's just.
And they have enough to deal with their Steam Deck as it is.
Yeah, the Steam Deck is like the perfect thing they got going. Just keep it at that. You know what I mean? Don't worry about consoles. Consoles are. I'm not saying consoles are going anywhere, but I will say that consoles are just not the main thing you should be focused on.
When you see that something's not Steam Deck verified, it makes sense. But to have a console and then it say not Steam, not like a Steam machine qualified or whatever, but you're able to play it on a PS5 or Xbox, that would have people fucked up.
Oh yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
And then on top of it, it's like, I feel like Steam is more in the business of wanting to work with folks than they are of trying to take them over.
Yep. There's more money in it. Like, why do that when you got
less risk? I think that's the big part, is the risk ain't there.
Yeah, you got the biggest storefront. You're making the most money in terms of sales in general. You got more players in general on Steam. Why mess up a good thing? You know what I mean?
You know, once you make that console, you ain't getting no more PlayStation games.
Well, I think you're still gonna get the PlayStation games regardless.
You think so? I think it'd be harder for them to justify making a Steam version. I think maybe they'd even think about let's think about Epic.
Yeah.
Instead of Steam.
But I think you still get it because Sony flat out, like, well, not Sony as a whole, but I mean, it's Shuhei Yoshida said it, you know what I mean? So that's basically Sony as a whole saying it through Shuhei Yoshida, that, yeah, we need the money from Steam. We need the money from Steam users who are buying our games on PC. That's why we're putting our games on PC and heading towards day and date. We need the money because it's not enough on over here, and we got over 70 million consoles sold. You know what I'm saying? We need as much money as possible to make these games, which are the budgets are going up even crazy. Like Spider-Man 2, you know how much Spider-Man 2 cost to make?
Wasn't it like 300 million or something like that?
Yeah, almost $400 million, like $360 million, something like that, to make Spider-Man 2.
That's stupid.
And you know for a fact that Spider-Man 3, they want to be more ambitious, so that budget's going to go even higher. You see what I'm saying?
And that's like a 20-hour to game to platinum.
Exactly. Think about that. They want more money out of these games, and also they need more money out of these games to make them. They're not getting any cheaper. And let's say Sony backtracks their strategy a bit in terms of AAA games, and they just go down to AA games. That's not going to sit well with a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people are going to jump over the moon for no Astrobot looking type of games. Astrobot only sold 1.5 million. Granted, it's a good game. I thought it was cool as a love letter to PlayStation fans, who fell in love with it. I thought it was cool for that, but is it really like a game that you should be changing your whole model around? No, because it's not really that profitable. So
No, man. I mean, I loved Astrobot. I
what
I
was it?
still
Game of
don't
the
think
year, I guess.
I still
Yeah,
don't think it was the game of the year.
it was a phenomenal game. Like I never take anything away from Astrobot. I thought it was incredible what they did, how creative it was, how much fun they had with it. It had me grinning, you know what I mean? A lot, like because how cool it was, how beautiful it looked. It was a great looking game and fun game. But to sit here and say that that game is game of the year over something that had a bigger impact, like Wukong Black Myth or something,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I can't justify that at all. I mean, you could say from name recognition of Sony all you want, but it's like, dog, 1.5 million sold. Nah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
sorry,
nah,
but
nah,
Kingdom Come Deliverance is doing that in less than a week. I'm sorry.
bro. And then you have other games that were like just left in the dust in terms of being mentioned. Like, remember Star Wars? Star Wars got left in the dust not once but twice.
Are you talking about Jedi Survivor?
Jedi Survivor and
Okay, because I
and
know you
Jedi
ain't
Fallen
talking about.
Order.
I know you ain't talking about the Ubisoft one.
No, 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 no. Outlaws. The funny thing is, there's some nice people who worked on that game. Very, very nice. A lot of them are nice. There's a
Sure.
few sweet people that I've met through that game because they wished me happy birthday, and they even Ubisoft even gave me a free code for the game for my birthday. So that was really, really cool of them. But that game, unfortunately, that game just was not optimized, and you could clearly see it was rushed. And I hate to see that for any developer because every game should be running, it should be at least playable. You know what I mean? But I hate seeing that type of stuff.
They also didn't trust their product.
They definitely did. They didn't advertise it as much.
They didn't advertise it, and they also didn't trust it by changing the way the game's even played after it was made.
Yeah, just weird. Just very, very weird.
That doesn't happen usually.
I mean, yeah,
sometimes it
that's
does. Like Cyberpunk did that, but I felt like Cyberpunk. I don't know.
Cyberpunk was like a mixture of a lot of ideas, and they were trying to like appease and just do something innovative. And I'm glad that they turned all the negativity around, and now it's like an overwhelmingly positive reception for the game now, which is great. It's a good world. It's really, really creative. It's just like, bro, y'all just gotta have you know what I mean, y'all gotta have it all together when you debut it. You can't just like have all these mixed reactions. Like for the longest time, we were hearing customization. So we're like, okay, cool. So it's gonna be third person. They show us, you know what I mean, the character in third person. Then they go, oh yeah, by the way, third person, we're not doing that no more. It's like, dude, why? Why are we doing this? What's the point of customization then?
Shout out to Dorian Gray. He said, like I said, Valve could give a shit less about consoles. And then Fuzzy Tomato says, if Steam is going to be on the next Xbox, there's no point in spending all the money it takes for Valve to launch a console. That'll get them into the living room for free.
Yep.
That's a fact.
That's
a fact. And
they just don't need it.
I feel like that would be more of the move for Valve, right? They're already working with Microsoft as working on the Windows platform and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
If they could if they can get something implemented properly for them to be able to put it into a piece of hardware and then sell it for them, then why the hell would they go through the process of making and stepping into a space that they're unfamiliar with again, possibly failing again, stirring up a bunch of controversy between all these other publishers that are looking to publish games, that were looking to publish games on their platform anyways, that being Xbox, PlayStation, and yada yada, furthering or distancing your relationship even further than like a Nintendo and stuff like that for future possibilities and stuff like that. It just sounds like a big mess that you can't even promise you're gonna win.
Yeah. It's just it is a weird situation for them. And again, like, who knows, man? But consoles, dog, I don't know, brother.
Yeah, Sappho says, why would Valve make a console when they're selling are slowed down in parts to the huge growth in the PC? Yeah, exactly, right. So I see what you mean right there, Sappho. Sappho's essentially saying, why would they enter something that's falling off while something that they're already in is growing massively?
Yeah. They already own this whole thing. They're on another level. I don't understand why would you even sabotage it for anything else. You don't need it.
Yeah, Jacob Novak kind of he agrees with you fully. He says Ham and BitCloud. One, Steam made a Steam box before it failed,
Yep.
and number two, why make another when PC, which Steam comes from, are better? Exactly, pretty much what Sapo just got done saying. So
Yeah, and the bridge between console and PC is just, is already there. So it's kind of pointless. Crossplay is a thing, all that junk. They don't need all that stuff. They're on
No
another
doubt.
level. So I can understand wanting though, but that'd be more like that'd be more like a what if scenario. You know what I mean? Than anything else. But to say they flat out need it type of thing, nah, we're not. We're nowhere near that. For them needing it.
Well, speaking of needs, the game industry layoff has continued, and Bandai Namco and Hi-Rez Studio both have laid off more people. Bandai Namco it seems that they laid off around 120 developers, while Hi-Rez has laid off near or more than 30 developers this week. This is continuing. Bit, do you think that there is any sense of being hired somewhere else to be fired again? Do you or do you think that this is possibly being replaced by anything like an AI or something like that down the road?
Well, didn't EA say something like that in regards to? Or wait, was it EA? No, somebody said something like that in regards to Dragon Age Inquisition or whatever that's the name of it, the game that came out. So that they might be doing something like that. So, but yeah, no, AI could very well be a thing that's affecting this. I just think personally that budgets are out of control and they got to cut, where they can to get these games done. Especially when look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft is having a terrible time making money, as it is too. So, it's just a terrible time, man. It's a really, really terrible time all over.
It's a terrible time with devs holding on to their jobs, but as for companies making money, it seems like it can be done if you just make a decent game, and they make it sound super hard until they do something that everyone's been asking for.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about this. It just kind of is what it is at this time period. It seems like developers are falling off left and right and being replaced with question mark.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing that I wanted to talk about the last two things actually I wanted to talk about. One's going to be fairly quick, and that is this right here. Breaking Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater's new trailer confirms the release date. I did talk about this a little bit yesterday about it coming out on the 25th because there was a leak about it prior to it actually being announced. But did you actually check out the trailer?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Do you think that they did enough compared to what they came out with just this last what was it, like 2 years ago, where that shit, to me, I felt like they gave us a collection that they did nothing with but port.
Yeah, no, I think they did enough here. I kind of wish that we would get Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots as well, get remade. But we'll hopefully get there eventually. But this game is coming out 2 days from my birthday, so I'm actually looking forward to that.
Actually.
Yes, sir. I'll be 33 during that month, so it's a cool birthday gift from me. I put it like that. Love Metal Gear. I love what they're doing, and it looks fire. So
it looks really clean.
Like, this is one of the best examples of just, you know what I mean? Like, it's rare that I can say that, but this is one of the best examples of just making like a love letter to fans. I really like that a lot. I really hope they just knock it out the park. I do believe they will knock it out the park for what they're showing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it looks super duper clean. Do you think that they will rework any of the buttons from prior
Like
games, or do you think
modernize
it's
them.
going to be the exact same as it was prior? Because honestly, for me, I do not like the button scheme of
I
the
think it's gonna be
classic.
modernized for sure for now. Like it's gonna be but they're probably gonna give you like that classic option for old school controls. But they usually do that too. They when these remakes, you get the OG classic controls as an option. But I doubt that that's gonna be the way they go about it. I think it's gonna be full on new modern controls or revamped, like like the gameplay just revamped.
Hmm.
The new stealth mechanics and all that stuff. Obviously modernized controls for that, etc. I think they thought that stuff out well, more than likely.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
looks good.
I agree on this one for sure. I mean, I gotta holding whether you want to call it the X button or the square button, whichever
Yeah,
what it is to shoot, to me is just way too dated.
yeah, no, that's gonna be triggers because you got the haptics and all that. They're gonna move all that stuff around.
That would be a dream come true for me in this game. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know my partner on this channel, Loke, is 100% looking forward to this. This is his favorite game of all time. Comes out August 28th, the month of my birthday as well. So I'm
No
excited
word.
for this game. I'm early in that month though.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm August 5th. I'm a Leo. So
Sure, okay.
it is what it is. But anyways, last thing that I wanted to talk about is this game that's going absolutely nuts right now that happens to still be actually it's in its second beta right now. I think you know what I'm talking about. Big Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Wilds is out here wrecking the streets again. Man, there's a lot of games kind of wrecking the streets right now. Final Fantasy is outside doing its thing as a single player game. Same with Kingdom Come Deliverance is outside doing its thing. We got Monster Hunter in a beta outside doing its thing. Yo, gaming is fine.
Yeah.
Gaming is fine if you're, if you're doing what you should be doing.
The game, yeah, for sure.
Are you looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds, or is this not your cup of tea? Because for me, it's not my cup of tea. I want to
I
hear
never
from
got
you.
into it. I never got into Monster Hunter at all. It always like janky, like for me. I don't know if you noticed that. It looks.
Oh,
I
100%.
never- Yeah,
I
it
noticed
never
that just
really-
watching the trailer. I was watching the hair just like clipping
Yeah.
into the suits and everything. I was just like,
The characters like not moving too well, is stiff at times. Like, listen, people might like it. That's fine. I never really was like, it's never really been my game at all. But it's got an audience, so that's cool.
I don't understand how they get that big of an audience every time.
Yeah, because you have some cool looking bosses, and then you'll have like these like very stiff, heavy attacks they're doing, and like you just see numbers. You know what I mean? You don't really see like any impact with the blows. If that makes sense. Like I'm not really just that stuff don't interest me. It just doesn't.
Well, with that being said, are you interested in Avowed?
Avowed is looking really interesting for sure. I'm hearing a
Because
lot
it does
of great
have
things
that kind
about
of
it.
hit that you're talking about, where it's like you're hitting something, but you're not really hitting it
Yeah, you're not really
sometimes.
hitting it. It's getting my interest though. A lot of people are speaking very, very highly of it. So I don't know. We'll see. I might give that a try. Could very well give it a try.
Yeah, shout out to Fuzzy Tomato in the chat. He says, I saw Football Manager got canceled. Loke is devastated. We will be talking about that later on the show for Bullsitting this evening with Loke. He's going to be devastated talking about it. He is already crying, bitching and moaning about it. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be bringing that up and hitting him over the head with that one. Here's the post that he had on it so you guys can see. Got a little picture of him ripping, like of somebody ripping their shirt off, saying they canceled Football Manager. So I mean, he's devastated right now. He's hurting. He is 100% hurting. But that's pretty much all I got for today's show, man. I appreciate you, Big Cloud, for joining the space. Like I said, you're welcome anytime. I do this Monday through Friday. So whenever you want to come through, spit your game and talk your shit, you are more than welcome to, brother. I appreciate you for stopping through.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a while, man. I was like, damn, I used to know me in a while. Though. It's good to see you, get your perspective, everything.
Are
see
you
what's
still
up.
doing your shit on Saturdays?
Fridays? Oh, I haven't done it.
I
in a
thought.
minute.
Oh yeah, it was Fridays. It was around the same time as I did my show. That's right.
Yeah, haven't done it in a minute because I've been busy with a few things in the real world. I'm still dropping content and stuff, but just haven't done it right now. But yeah, no. I will be doing that eventually. I'll be bringing that back. I'm probably gonna be starting a new show, so I'm just getting everything situated before I do it and
You
debut all that
you
stuff.
gotta not like a specific date, but do you have a day during the week that you're looking for, or like a time during the week that you're looking for?
So Fridays was always the day I was going for, but the thing is, too, though, there's so many ideas going in my head on how we're gonna handle it to the point where we'll see. But Friday might be the day of the main show, like I did prior with the other one. I might still do it, but I'll let you know. I'll let everybody know when we, when we get everything situated.
Yeah, definitely. And let me know if there's anything I could do to assist in any type of way, whether it's just showing up or doing something in the background, whatever.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
down
for
to help a
sure. You
brother
already
out.
know.
So just holler
I
at your
got you.
boy for whatever you need. But I appreciate you stopping through today, and I just appreciate you in general. Thanks for showing up and showing out, Big Cloud.
Anytime, bro. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. You have a go, man. Enjoy your weekend.
Yep, you do the same, brother. And
All right, bro.
and everybody out there, y'all enjoy your weekends as well. I'm gonna, head for the door myself because I don't want to sit around here and talk too much about stuff because I got a show later on with Low Cozy, Matt Likes Games, Mental, and shit like that. So I'm gonna go on ahead and kick the bucket myself and get the hell up out of here. Thanks everybody for showing up. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the guest. And remember, he wasn't really like scheduled to come here. He just hit the link in the chat and whatnot, or in the description or whatnot. Enjoyed the show. I do that every day, Monday through Friday. So you guys can come through, spit your game if you want to, or if you want to just join the general part of the channel. You're more than welcome to do that as well. I'll have all of those links ready for the next time because I'm on my actual app for Discord right now and it's being a little bitch right now or whatever. But definitely make sure you guys slide through on Monday for my morning show. But if you're looking for more stuff later today, we will be back for bullsitting at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. That's 2 o'clock, or actually that's 1 o'clock Pacific time. So y'all have a good rest of your time until you come back a little bit later today. And if you don't, have a good weekend, and hopefully I see you again soon. Y'all have a wonderful day. It's your boy Ham Solo signing out from TSWS Gaming, letting you know to keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace.